Hey, Mark Nelson. Coming to you outside in my patio. I'm going to kind of hang out here today. I'm trying to get things ready because it's a lot of noise out here on my deck. So I thought what I'd do is just wait while we get some people coming on here. I hope everybody's doing well today. This is Sunday, and of course I'm waiting. I'm a big Green Bay Packer fan, so I'm going to wait for the Packers and Vikings to play tonight. So I'm doing some work, and of course I'm going to watch the Packers win. Today what I want to do is I want to talk to you about a book I'm reading. I think I can show it. It's called, it probably reads it backwards, it's called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. And this was suggested to me by my coach, Ryan McMorris, who is just been an amazing coach. Been amazing for me because the dude likes mindset, and I've kind of gotten away from him. But I'll tell you, I'm a middle school teacher, and I talk mindset with my kids all the time. I was a high school teacher. I talk mindset. I talk about affirmations because there's things about controlling your mind that are just, your brain's a machine, and it works with helping on your body too. So what I want to do is I just want to share some things with you, if I can. This book, now remember this book, I didn't tell you this, but again, it's The Science of Getting Rich, Your Master Key to Success by Wallace D. Wattles, and it was written in the 1930s. So it's interesting because the language is a little different, right? They're a little more formal, but let me read some things to you, and let me put my reading glasses on so I can actually see this print. There we go. But he talks about the first thing, right? To look upon the appearances of poverty will produce corresponding forms in your mind, unless you hold to the truth that there is no poverty. There is only abundance. There is no poverty. There is only abundance. See, now how cool is that? Because I think in the stress of the day, all right, I really believe this, that during the day, that in the world, we kind of beat ourselves down, and especially if you're trying to do an online business. You see people making so much money, and you start wondering, am I ever going to do this? See, but there is no poverty. There is only abundance. Now here he goes again. Or to think riches when in the midst of appearance of poverty requires power. Think riches when in the midst of appearances of poverty requires power. But he who acquires this power becomes a mastermind. Man, when I read that, I had to read that like 3 times. So it just gave me shivers. Right? Because I don't know if this has been with you, but I wasn't dealt a silver spoon. Right? I've had to work for everything I've gotten, and there's been times that our life is kind of we've struggled financially, physically. Things that happen to us, life throws curveballs. But in the appearance of poverty, to think riches in the appearance of poverty. So has that ever been there? Like when the world is just going backwards and you're struggling and you think about your riches. And I'm talking money, but I'm talking about many other kinds of riches. If you can think riches in the appearance of poverty, so if you're going through some health challenges, and if you can think great health, that requires power. And he who acquires this power becomes a mastermind. How cool is that? So I see more and more people getting on, and if you're watching the replay, just if you can make some comments, give me some likes, tell me where you're from. I really appreciate that because it's exciting to see where people are coming from when they're watching this stuff. So then he goes on again. He can conquer fate, but can have what he wants. Okay, so this is what I was actually going to read today. if I can find it. Here it is. As a first step towards getting rich, you must believe the three fundamental statements. Here's the first one. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and in which, in its original states, permeates, penetrates, and fills the inner spaces of the universe. What is he talking about that? He's talking about your mind. See, if you start believing things, and I'm a firm believer of affirmations and all that stuff, if you start believing things and filling your mind with this, the universe starts filling this, starts permeating, starts working these positive thoughts to your effect. A thought in this substance, right? So you're thinking positively, produces a thing that is imaged by the thought. So what he's talking about is your thoughts are controlling what's happening to you in your life. All right? You think poverty, you have poverty. If you think abundance, you have abundance. If you think healthy, you have health. Man, this is such a cool book. The next one, man can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. All right, so let me go back to that. Here's what he's talking about. It's your thoughts control your mind, but they also control your future. Now, you might not believe in this thing, but if you've talked about vision boards and I am statements, and I'm just going to give you, for instance, in our life, and how this has worked out for us. I live in Knoxville, Tennessee right now. We're from Wisconsin. And I was teaching in Wisconsin. I've been teaching way too long. Not really. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy the kids. But in 2011, I was going through some health challenges, and we were caught. All right, it's both my kids lived here in Knoxville, Tennessee, or I should say that my daughter moved down here, and my son was still going to school, but he was in Savannah, Georgia. There was no way we would see them twice a year, maybe 3-4 times at a chance, and it was killing us. Well, my health challenge took me a couple of years to recover, and in 2013, it was just driving us nuts, all right, driving my wife nuts, that we couldn't see our kids very often. And I was caught. I mean, I really was. I just, because of my precondition in health, we had to be where we were. There was no way I was going to get a job anywhere else, at least in my mind. So we started putting out a thought. It was our affirmation. The thought was we live within 10 minutes of our kids, and we see them every day. Now, I want to think about this. No way was this going to happen. Couldn't. Not in the education world. I was no way I was going to find a teaching job anywhere else in my mind. But we started reading this daily and thinking about it and thinking about it. 2013, guess what? We moved to Knoxville, Tennessee. How cool is that? It gives me shivers. See, our thoughts made that happen. We believed so strongly it was going to happen. Our thoughts made that happen. So what do you think? Is this kind of goofy stuff? Do you believe your thoughts can control what goes on in your life? Yeah, I really want to hear what you think. So tell me what you think. If you get a chance, I suggest reading this, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. It's in 1930. I bought it on Amazon. It was really inexpensive. Read it with me. And it's a challenge to read because it's the language is a little different than what we speak today. But Here's what I want to believe in you. See, I believe in you. I don't know what your goals are. All I know this is you start with a vision board and reading affirmations, and you start telling yourself what you're going to achieve. You're going to achieve it. I don't know the time. Don't know the time, but you're going to achieve it. So leave a comment below. Man, I'd love to work with you. I'm going to put in my comments, my website. Go on there to get more tips. You can grab a free ebook on how to market on social media and get on my newsletter if you want to see more. If you click on the like on my page, facebook.com online with Mark, and click on the like, go down the notifications and say see first, you'll always get a notice of when I go live. And I believe I'll give you some great value. And if you're going live, I'll come on and help you with your stuff too. So click on the link below, go to my blog, and let's connect. You are going to achieve everything you want in your life. Talk soon. Bye.